Mass shooting in Northern California. 3 people, including a little boy, were killed at the Gilroy Garlic Festival. 15 others were injured.
Now we're learning more about the victims and the gunman who was killed. CBS 2's Sandra Mitchell is live in the Satellite Center with the latest this morning. Sandra?
Oh, Suzanne and Jasmine, such tragedy. Today we do have some more information about that gunman. Police identified him as 19-year-old Santino Legan of Gilroy. And when he started shooting last night, hundreds of people ran for safety. The gunman, we now know, was wearing tactical gear and had an assault rifle. 3 people were killed. The youngest, just 6 years old, Stephen Romero. That's that little boy's name. He's from San Jose, and he was there with his family. Police say a 13-year-old girl and a man in his 20s also were killed. No names released yet. 15 others have been hurt. They're in critical to fair condition. And the police chief of Gilroy, he says there were officers spread out throughout the festival, and they found that gunman within 1 minute.
The suspect was armed with an assault-type rifle, and as soon as he saw the officers, he engaged the officers and fired at the officers. And despite the fact that they were outgunned with their handguns against a rifle, those 3 officers were able to fatally wound that suspect.
A really popular event. Thousands of people were there. Security was tight, but the gunman somehow still found a way in. Police say he first got into a creek and then he used something to cut through the fence. Investigators are collecting evidence from a huge area, and that could take several days. So far, of course, no confirmation of a second suspect. We've heard a lot about that, but police are investigating if another person might have played a role in the shooting. And then just a little while ago, President Trump talked about the shooting.
We grieve for their families, and we ask that God will comfort them with his overflowing mercy and grace. We're praying for those who are recovering right now in the hospital.
A 30-member team from the FBI is there now. They're assisting because that crime scene is just so huge. Still no motive in this deadly shooting. But the Gilroy chief says the gunman did buy the assault rifle legally in Nevada and that he recently moved back to Gilroy to live with family members there. I'm Sandra Mitchell.